Fight Night fans, what's good? It's your boy Arsenal the Assassin, bringing you another OWC match. I call this video Stepping and Swarming because that's pretty much what I decided to do. First round of this fight, I couldn't get my opponent to chase me. He seemed pretty defensive. And you know, that's cool. That's his right. He was ranked higher than me. He's got a 90 assisted boxer. I'm an 85. But come the second round, I decided to see, just for the fun of it, if I could press him, which I generally don't advise, especially against an opponent that has more firepower. And like I said, he's rated a 90, I'm an 85, so he's definitely got some more firepower than I've got in my boxer. But, you know, sometimes you just want to have a little fun, make the game a little more fun than just flat out boxing. I decided to press him, like I said, in the second round. He was not an aggressive fighter, but he was not really going to chase me all around the ring. So that's what I said. To hell with it. Let me just go after him, see what's good. Now, when you attack somebody, I've said this before, you definitely want to cut the ring off. But I started stepping, not to score cheap counters. I was stepping to position myself in the spot where I wanted to throw the punch from. And sometimes I would do that in the middle of his combinations so that when he was finished, I would be in the spot where I wanted to hit him. But as you can see here, he let me pretty much back him up into the corner, or he backed himself up into the corner, and I just followed along. And he's content to try to pot shot me as I walk in. As the aggressor, it is your job to limit the shots that you take walking in. You can do this two ways, or I do it one of two ways. I check to see if my block can actually withstand his combinations. You know, some people you're not going to be able to do that with, especially with the Philly shell. It's a defense not really made for going forward. It's actually, in my opinion, better suited for a backpedaling fighter, but definitely not made with offense in mind. First round's over. He probably took that round. I'm not really worried about that, because now I've decided to go after him. I plan on wearing down his stamina and hitting him with the heavier shots. Maybe not as many shots as I'll get hit with, but I plan on hitting him with the heavier shots. So I'll be using hooks and uppercuts, slowing him down by going to the body. I like to use my jab, but in this particular fight, I didn't use it as much. I wanted to be in close, and in close is not where you want to throw the jab in this game. The jab, you want to be mid-range, you want to be outside, preferably outside. But on the inside, I feel a jab is almost a wasted punch. Not quite, but almost. So as I said, the second round, I decided to step and swarm. And you'll see me basically doing a lot of stepping, moving my head to avoid the punches as I'm coming in. He'll tag me with some. He does stun me in this fight. But he's a 90. He should stun me. And like I said, I'm not doing this because it's the smartest strategy in the world. I'm doing it because I want to have a little fun with the game. So here I come. Notice after I punch, I will usually step to a side based on where I want to throw my next set of punches from. Also, where I think he's going, so I can cut him off in advance and stay in front of him. And as you see, I just landed two good left hooks in there. Another right to the body after he misses. Drain that stamina. Now, he's not the best fighter. His record indicated that he was actually below 500, which is almost kind of surprising, considering that he doesn't fight terribly. He seems to know something about boxing. I noticed one of his flaws was that the right hand usually comes after the jab. And And once I picked up on that pattern, I was able to kind of exploit it, shift my fighter out of danger, and counter. Like I said, I'm not stepping to get those cheap counters because I'm actually pretty terrible at that part of the game. Now, if he happens to punch as I'm moving, then I will take the counter. I'm not turning that down. But I'm really just looking to get my shots off clean and uninterrupted. So I'll wait for him to punch so I can get mine off. And as you can see, even with my head movement, the heavy punches that I'm throwing, and the stepping, I recovered 12% of my stamina. So anytime you can get 9 or over, that's pretty much a stamina win in this game. I would say 9 is good, 10 is great, and anything after that is just pretty phenomenal. Also, a little trick that I picked up just from experience. If someone's gonna run from you, if they're gonna evade, don't chase them from the far end of the ring. Let them go where they're gonna go, and then go get them. But me chasing, still being in punching range while we're in the middle of the ring, just doesn't work out very well. If he's gonna run to the end of the ropes, let his back touch the ropes and then go get him. If he was thinking about a positional advantage, he probably should just stay in the middle of the ring and circle and back up as needed. But if someone's gonna back up 5-6 steps for no reason without you even chasing them, then let them go. They can't run out of the ring, so let them put their backs against the ropes. Now I'm punishing him for missing, going downstairs to wear that stamina out, which is crucial when fighting a fighter with more firepower than you. Cannot be underestimated. Like I said, this guy's not the greatest fighter, but he's not the worst either. And he doesn't know those secret combinations to break the Philly shell down that some people use. The ones that always work no matter how you block. So this could be a problem for him, and it will be a problem for him. I feel fairly confident at this point about my ability to track him down and hit him. And so I know he's in trouble, even though he's the better rated fighter. You can see with my activity, I'm still at 93% stamina. And I've won a majority of the 3 rounds, so I'm doing good. He's not handling the pressure well enough. He is jabbing, but he's got to select his spots a little better. And he's got to defend himself a little better. I've already got him pinned in the corner. Sliding nicely in and out. There, I step to the left, attack, slide back over to the right, let him miss a few, attack the body, hit him in the head, slide again. Now here I'm not actually anxious to throw punches. The middle of the ring is his domain as the defensive fighter, so I'm content to let him throw. Maybe sneak in a shot if I can, but I'm not going for the gusto here. I want him back up against the rope, so I'll let him throw. If he misses 5 or 6 shots, I'll throw back, but I'm not looking to initiate. I'm looking more to counter or throw second. He can go first. He's done that. He attacks and then backs up, which is what I want him to do. What he should be doing is circling, but he's not. This is ring generalship. He stays right there. He's running out of room now. He's not really able to penetrate my D to the level that he needs to win this fight. And so I'm just waiting for my spots. His hands are a little quicker than mine, so I gotta be careful on the exchanges. But overall, I'm doing pretty good. He's wasting stamina, I'm conserving mine, and looking to hit him with the better quality shots. We meet at the center of the ring here. He backs up a little bit, misses 4 or 5. I take my turn. He's backing up some more, missing. Another thing you want to be mindful of if you're gonna swarm, which basically means to come in constantly and overwhelm your opponent with punches, you want to keep in mind the timing. What I mean by timing is the actual time it takes for your punch to complete. I'm using hooks and uppercuts mainly, and those take longer. If you watch, my arm swings backwards as I catch a stun here. But my arm will swing backwards on every punch, which is really the fault of the game because that's not good boxing technique. But you got to account for that time. Once I start punching, you'll see what I mean if you haven't looked at it. Hit him with a good combination there. But the hooks in this game are wide. You actually recoil backwards first before the punch comes forward, instead of making it a crisp, clean hook. Catching that knockdown was pretty sweet. After being stunned, he got reckless. I caught him with a nice 3-piece. One reason to use the jab is that your second punch will come out a little faster, so those hooks aren't as fat. Those uppercuts aren't as wide. Here he clinched me, but I don't think he meant to. I think he's trying to push me after stunning me again. And again, I knock him down and still manage to recover 13% in stamina. That's an absolute win. Doesn't get any better than that. That's actually like starting with more stamina than you did when that happens. Decided to play it just a little bit careful here since he did stun me a couple times that last round. And again, he's tagging me a little bit. See how I walk him into the corner. Slip a few shots, but I'm still taking too many. Notice how I step into position so that I can hit him back when need be. You see that body work is making his punches sloppy. When adopting this kind of style, you always want to take a look at your man, see how he's actually performing. Is he stepping a little bit slower? Are your punches turning his head around? Is his mouth open when he's walking? Is he breathing heavy? These are all little clues that the game gives you to let you know that he's tired. So you may want to come in and attack the body a little more. Or you may want to trade the headshots with him. Because you know his are going to hurt less and yours are going to hurt more. At this point, for him to go to the body, to lead to the body, is useless. You really want to go to the body after somebody's finished punching. That just tires him out. He hits the floor again. He's not fighting a terrible fight, just making some tactical mistakes. He's not fighting a spammer or exploiter or a dirty kind of fight. You know, so I respect my opponent playing the game the way I think it should be played. Now he's on the ropes. I got 85% stamina coming into this seventh round. I've lost 15% in stamina for 7 rounds. That's 2% a round. You math whizzes. And that's great. And I'm not throwing pity pat punches. Even when I'm jabbing to the body, I'm using power jabs to sap the stamina. Don't know what he's doing now. At some point, sometimes you just be like, fuck it. He might be going for broke here. But yeah, can't stress enough, even as a come forward fighter, it is your job to do something about those first 2 punches that he's going to throw. If he hits you with the 3rd punch, it's not a catastrophe unless he's just whacking you with something sinister. But if he has to use 3 punches every time to hit you, you can really attack that stamina. But you want to use your distance, your block, and your stepping to get in position, get out of the way of his punches, and clock him with something silly. At this point, I think we both know it's pretty much over. The game is not going to let him get back into this fight. And I've been in that position too, where I need to come back late, but because of the damage taken, the game doesn't care. You could hit somebody with 6 or 7 power straights and you're still not going to win or get a knockdown. So from round 7, I had 85%. The whole round, I got 84% now. I lost 1% and got a knockdown. That's a win. It's a win right there. You can see, if this was real boxing, they'd be able to see those hooks and jabs. Hooks and uppercuts coming a mile away because they're so telegraphed. That's why when I say timing, you got to keep that in mind when you're using this style. You got to make sure your punch has the time to travel from its starting point to its destination without getting countered. Now, if he was using stepping as a way to counter, I probably wouldn't throw more than 1 at a time, 2 at the max. An elite counter or elite counter player can measure you and really damage your fighter if you're reckless with the haymakers. Here I'm not doing a really good job of tracking him down, but I'm doing a good enough job. He goes down. To his credit, he kept getting back up and fighting. He didn't rage quit or anything. He played the game honorably, and that's to be commended in my book. When things aren't going your way in this game, it gets frustrating. And I think you play the game long enough, you felt that frustration. Everybody has. I don't care who you are. There, I got a sidestep uppercut in. That's not my main objective, to get those kind of punches in. If they come, they come. I believe that's the last time he goes down. Yep, that's a wrap. My percentages in this fight were pretty good. I forget what they were, but I'll show them in a minute. See, I won damn near every round. Almost 60% for the fight. And that's not even throwing a whole lot of jabs, so that's pretty much trouble for him. Well, I hope this video helps who it helps. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Till then, 1.